We're
What up,
live.
people?
We're live. We're live. We're live. What's good, people? How's it going? How's it doing? How's it all that? So yeah,
Welcome back to this
me,
Tuesday evening.
just me and Chris tonight reviewing this film. We'll be reviewing in a minute. We'll be right back. We'll
Just,
be right
just,
back.
just, yeah, yeah.
Just be ready. Hey, hey, hey! Stay put. Stay put. Stay put. Because we're about to start talking about this fucking shit. What movie is this, Chris?
Ghost Note.
And again, people, as soon as we're done talking, we're going to be talking again and talking about this fucking movie. And you'll see how we feel about it. If you can't tell by the intro, you'll find out. But before you find out, you should find out where you should get the best CBD on the fucking planet. And that is ihemparita.com. You can get the best gummies and the best shooters. Again, it's ihemparita.com. You spend over $50, you get free shipping. Use promo code SIR.STURDY. Yes, promo code SIR.STURDY. 10% off. You can't beat that. Go to ihemparita.com. Promo code SIR.STURDY. Hemparita. Now,
Results may vary.
welcome to the madness. Ha. Hey. Hey. I told you. So, Chris, I'm even going to. I know it's just me and you.
How was your day? How was your day today?
My day was great. How was your day? You're on the spot right now. How was your? You could ask me this when I'm on the spot.
I'll tell you what. This is one of the first days that I realized that it's getting fucking cold up here in the Northeast, man.
Fucking cold is correct. So,
Rick here today. It's getting a little ghostly with the
yeah, it is like a nice
chill.
blue chill, a blue chill like this ice blue.
I don't want it.
What?
Retreat.
You don't
Take it
want
back.
the cold, or you don't want the
Nope.
movie?
I don't want the cold. I didn't want the movie either.
Speaking of which, No Reason, as you know, rating. What do you rate this movie?
I'll be honest with you, man. I'm gonna give it a 3.
Okay. Now I'm on the spot. Now it's my turn. Now it's my turn, right? You said a 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't forget that. So, let me think. I think this little tiki bottle opener my wife got me from Hawaii
Nice.
will help. All right, correct. Blue Moon, not a sponsor, but definitely can be. Blue Moon, holla at you boys.
Great to have a group like that, you know?
Mm-hmm. It is. I'm gonna give this movie a 1. And I feel like I'm being very generous, but I still have seen a lot worse, which is sad to say. This movie sucked.
See, I want to give it a 1, but I can't give it what I gave Blood Lake because it was still better than Blood Lake, but this is still in the realm of bad, but better than Blood Lake, but I can't tell by much. I would say
I'd still gonna see.
It's a 2.5. It's a 2.5. I called it a 3. I'm gonna give it a 2.5. I think that's fair.
That is fair. I'll say for me, like I gave it a 1, and it is a 1, luckily. But you guys don't rate like I do, like how I go in the negatives. Like I gave Blood Lake a fucking -10.
Yeah.
So when you guys say like it's close to your Blood Lake rating, I'm like, how? But I'm like, okay, I'm the only one that does the negative ratings. But this was definitely better than, like, way better than Blood Lake. But a way bigger, I think it's a bigger disappointment than Blood Lake. Why? Cool title, even cooler fucking cover. You're expecting to see something like this in the movie, like this right here. Even if they showed it like this in the fucking movie, it would have been better. The movie would have been so much better. That alone would have helped.
Like that could have been the representation before they let him out. You know what I mean? Like visions and shit. You know what I mean? Like
this could have been the representation. This could have been him and the way the story's told, how people remember how he looks or whatever, or, you know, because he comes out or whatever. This could be the look of him before he gets his guitar. Then
or
he
the
gets
look of him that the parents describe as the boogeyman when they tell the story. You know what I mean? The urban legend of the
yes,
town.
yes, and this is what he looks like. Because then it's more monster, you know what I mean? But it's, I felt like this movie was trying to do too much.
You know, I felt like it tried to, and it did with a few things, which was all right though because it executed. Just it didn't execute all that well. At a lot of like, not one thing stands out as like, oh, they did they damn thing with that at least. You know what I mean?
Can we talk about the wig? It was bad, yo. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this, people. For those of you who may not know me or know about me very well, when it comes to that shit, you can ask the guys that I podcast with. You can ask my wife. I'm horrible when it comes to that. I have no fucking clue. I have no clue most of the time. If I notice you're wearing a wig, that's bad. That means, especially in a movie. I'm not even talking about in real life. Just let's just say in a movie.
Like
That's
you didn't
fucking
even
terrible.
try to make it look like it's a good piece. You just
Yeah.
slapped that shit on and ran.
It was just like fuck it.
Like it, like you couldn't take 2 more minutes.
Something. 20 more minutes, an hour. Shit. That fucking hurt. To me, that hurt the movie some. Like if that wig was better, it would have helped the movie just a little bit. Just a little bit. It was still probably been a one, maybe a 1.5, maybe a 1.2. But it was just it was bad. The acting wasn't the greatest, but that didn't bother me too much. Again, I
The
just feel like
acting was.
it was subpar. But I mean, it could have been their first films or whatever. It's an indie film, so I'm not going to bash that too much.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
guessing
it's kind of
I'm
nice to have a
assuming
little bit of the campy
it's
feel to it, even though there's nothing really campy about it. But at the same
but
time,
here's my thing though, like the visuals looked great as far as like the, you know what I mean, the cinematography was great.
there were so many sections where I got caught in it, and then when it transitioned, they fucking completely like the way the story was being told. The acting was going great, the shot was good, the angles were great, lighting was good, and then as soon as it transitioned to the next scene, it was like I can produce smoother fucking screen transitions on like my YouTube content
Mm.
than this had, as far as even the context of the transition into the next thing.
It was rough.
It was bad. It was bad.
This is honestly one of those films, like, again, cool title, really cool cover, and you're hoping it's like a really good paranormal, like even low, but you know, it could be low budget, whatever the case may be, but you're hoping it's a really cool, fun, at least a really fun paranormal story that you've just never seen before. And I just mean because we've never seen this film, The Ghost Note, and it was just so much shit thrown together. Like there should have been more of a better way the story's told as far as the background with the blues guy that wrote the Ghost Note. There should have been a deeper story into that. There should have been some more into that. That would have helped. And just it was kind of stupid because so you have the parents, you have the girl's parents that are saying they're going to the grandmother's house, which is the father's mother, for Thanksgiving, and they only meet up once a year, which is fucking terrible. Once a fucking year. Because remember at the part where she's like, "Mom, I'll see you next." You know, this always happens. Blah blah blah. And they're fighting. When the father's talking about his father, talking about the grandfather, talking about his father, about how he was a bad dad and all this other bullshit. And it's just like, what the what? What the why? Like why do we need all this extra bullshit? And you could be telling more about the story. Like there should have been a deeper story. There should have been a better story and hidden family secret connection with the grandfather and the guy who wrote Ghost Note. Like something that the grandfather, I mean, yes, the grandmother didn't really tell much, but there's something that like maybe everybody knows except for the daughter. And everybody kind of acts weary, you know what I mean? Or maybe everybody knows bits and pieces, but the daughter knows nothing, just something. They didn't give you like any type of thing. They're just like, okay, we're going to grandma's house for Thanksgiving. And the funny thing is the parents are talking about this. They're like, we're gonna go to to your mother's house, and then we're gonna tell her there that me and you are going on vacation without her. I'm like, you're fucking adults. You can't just say, listen, you're staying with your grandmother for a couple of weeks, so me and your mother can go have some alone time. Doesn't matter where the fuck we're going. We're doing that. You're staying at your grandmother's house. Pack your shit. Simple. But they made it like a secretive shit, and like they were scared of her. Like, oh, what if she says no? You know what I mean? I was like, no, that's not how it really works. Put it to you like this: when you were living with your mother, with your parents, right? If they told you were going to do something for a week or whatever, what are you going to do? You're going to do that. Like, there's no, there's no. You could say your piece. It might not be the brightest move. You could say like, I'm going to. No, I'm not going there. I'm going to be no. You'll wake up at your grandmother's house anyway, a day or two later, forgetting the whole damn conversation. So you might as well just go in. But this movie had like none of that, like not a good deep story. And I feel with paranormal films, you need that. Like you need a good story. You have to have at least a halfway decent story, something that we can just grasp to, like, oh shit. You know what I mean? But you can't go into it like a slasher where you're just showing a bunch of shit going on and no backstory, no nothing to it, because it's not gonna grasp. There's no blood and guts in it. There's no people getting hacked up in it. So it's like, what the fuck am I watching this for?
Yeah, like this guy is indestructible, just like his guitar and the record, but at the same time, he's knocked out in a chair with his hands bound behind a wall for 30 or 20 years or something. Like, completely preserved and fine. I'm like,
yeah, it was too much. It was too much. Like they made him, the record, his guitar, like you just said, indestructible. So it's like that's kind of boring. He can come back whenever the fuck he wants, or when somebody finds his guitar, then he comes back.
He's indestructible, except the guy hammered his hands and broke his hands and was able to entrap his hands.
Listen, man.
But any other time you shot him or hit him with a hammer, it did not hurt him or affect him.
It didn't do shit. This was just, oh my gosh. This was a very disappointing film for Thanksgiving, man. Blood Rage was cool.
Plus, wait. That was the other thing. I was like, I thought I heard something about Thanksgiving in it, but can you tell me again? Because I must have blinked.
Okay, so it's a cheat, but they went to the grandmother's house for Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
So, yes, the whole movie doesn't take place on Thanksgiving, to my knowledge, but you take a decent portion of it. At least the beginning does. You know what I mean? Like, it's yeah. There's not much for Thanksgiving for horror, unfortunately. Hopefully that changes soon.
Like, this would have even been better if they would have been like, hey, everybody's going over to Grandpa's house for Thanksgiving. The whole family happens to be there for the first time ever. The bloodline that is alive. So that reenacts his body and gets him going behind the thing and his spirit fucking getting them to try to free him. All right, cool.
And on top of that, maybe he's taking them out one by one and they're starting to blame each other because they don't know it yet. Maybe only 5 people know the story, or 3 people know the story of it, and they're just not really, or they all know the story because they were brought up on it, but they don't believe it's real. They thought it was just a story, just like a little myth, urban legend.
They never knew it was their family.
Even better. And then someone, oh, Grandma, why didn't you tell us? And but they wouldn't. And the thing is, they could have basically use the same cast, same everything visually. Even the guy that was shackled up and all that shit. If you don't use this ghost thing, unfortunately, but just tell the story different and better, so it kind of grasps and makes sense. And change this fucking movie cover. Why? Because this movie cover is too dope for this fucking movie. Like this movie cover right here reminds me of like those books. What a book of scary stories to tell in the dark.
Yeah,
those books. This looks like one of those dope ass drawings from there, like one of them dope ass sketches in black and white.
I can see that.
That's what this deserves to be. This cover right here deserves to be on something that's actually great. That's actually credible, not this bullshit. So kudos to the cover. To me, is a fucking 10. Ignore the pumpkin things. That's just a graphic I added. But the cover to me is a 10. The movie, a fucking 1. A fucking 1, man. And it's oh my god.
Of course, 30.
I knew it was going to be bad from the trailer though, because we watched the trailer the other day, which we did review. If you didn't check that out, it is
Oh my
we did drop it.
fucking god, bro.
And the trailer was just like, what the fuck? Like the trailer, I think we each gave like a 1 or a 2 at the highest, hoping that the movie would be at least like a 3 or a 4, I believe, like a 4.
I was
And it
hoping
wasn't
for a
even
5.
that.
I said, and it's like, nope, half it.
It wasn't that. It was, oh my gosh. It was like, what, why? Why? Yes, you're better than Blood Lake, but that's not something to be proud of. It is and it isn't. It is because, you did way better than that, but it isn't because you really don't have to do much to beat that. You guys beat Blood Lake because you have a way better visuals, and I'm not even talking about because of the technology and shit, just in general. And you had some sort of story. You had something.
Yeah, if you stick to movie making 101, essentially you can be better than Blood Lake.
Yeah, but I feel like they should have got to like movie making 107 or 108, and this would have been a hell of a lot better movie. Like, I will say this though, like I really feel just with like a few tweaks, just telling like 1 or 2 stories in this film would have been so much better. You have the backstory of the blues player, you have the backstory of the family. Boom, tell it, and you don't really get that, not in a good way. I feel like they tried, but they didn't do it in a good way at all.
Yeah.
And I think it would have been a lot better too if the family stayed overnight for Thanksgiving. Say just for whatever reason something happened, just whatever the cliche is. Everybody's car went out, the power went out for the town, something's going on, blah blah blah. So we have to stay put, and they got to stay there. And then all that crazy shit's going on with the house. The guy gets all loose or whatever. You know what I mean? Just something like that.
I was a little annoyed at some of the guys, the evil guy that was entrapped or whatever. Just some of his demeanor at some points, like he had this almost like Devo-ness about him, or this like Zeus-ness, like and then just would go about his way. You know what I mean? Just like like you're a demon.
Yeah.
First of all, why are you walking around with the face guard on? Now your hands are free. And you walked around that shit for like 2 more scenes till you magically made it come off. Like, no sense.
I don't know, man. Maybe he just wasn't fully powered. I honestly don't know what the fuck they're trying to do with this movie.
He wasn't fully powered to do this if he didn't want to. He had to use his mind power to get it off.
Again, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it was trying to make him look stronger by doing it with his mind.
He could have done one of these.
This is another film. I'll say it's on Tubi, people. It is on Tubi. Watch at your own risk. I will say that. I don't recommend it, but I'll never tell you not to watch a movie just because I feel like, again, like I always mention with fucking bullshit as Blood Lake. If you watch the greats, you gotta watch the worst ones. You have to, because they're just as important. And this is the nicest thing I'm ever gonna say about these type of films. They're just as important as the great films because there's always like that starting point. You know what I mean? And like there's that starting point, and then I feel with film, you see a real bad movie, and then you see it, and this is just, of course, this is all opinionated. Movie ratings, everything is 100% opinionated. There's no facts behind anything I'm about to say, anything I do say about ratings. But except for Blood Lake, that's a fact. The movie sucks. But no,
pretty irresistible.
Huh?
Pretty irresistible.
Some people like it. I forgot what I was saying now. Fuck. What was I saying, Chris?
That these movies are just as important as the good ones because
they just should be in because you have that starting point, right? And then you have those movies in the middle. Then you have the movies up top. That starting point is going to make you appreciate each level above it so much more because you're seeing like this starting point of what the fuck is this garbage? Why am I watching this? Oh my God, this is terrible, to the movie that you thought were like, shit, this sucks kind of deal, or this is just okay. But you haven't seen like you haven't seen below that barrel yet. You're going to start thinking like, okay, these movies, they weren't bad. They were okay. They were okay. And then the ones that were like, okay, like, yeah, these movies are okay. They're like, all right, I can watch them once again. And it just goes up more and more.
From
And
the movie making standpoint, also, this could also serve as inspiration for a better version, or a movie maker who goes, I can do this better, and they make something else that's just great as well.
Or I'll even say this though. Here's another thing with the bad movies, because I know there's other people out there like myself, and I know there's other podcasters out there
No, that's just us.
that love watching these shitty films, right? Just to have these conversations. So
Definitely just us.
And keep them coming. Seriously, keep them coming. No, it's more than just us. It's a lot of us.
I know.
If it is just us, I'll take it.
Now, man, we got JC and shit, and they got their Slinky podcast, and you got Joe and all of her shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's some dope shows out there. There's some dope shows out there, but we do watch a lot of shitty films. And you know what it is though, too? I mean, I know it's a big reason is because of the wheel, but it's like there's times where we'll have 2 to 3 good movies, and then it'll be like 2 months worth of just shit. Like fuck. Anytime we get back to back to back, anytime we get like 2 to 3 good movies in a row, we're in for some shit after that next stretch for a while. But it's so fun and funny.
We kind of knew Thanksgiving was going to be problematic.
Yes.
Thanksgiving.
Because it's tough. There's
Thanksgiving doesn't get no respect.
And you know what sucks though is like coming around next year, I'm hoping there's more Thanksgiving horror movies out. So when we do this again next year, we have different ones to review. Like Christmas and Halloween, those are going to be easy to try. I mean, we'll have to look back possibly at these episodes, but at the very least, those will be easy. Like we could do 2020 and 20. You know what I mean? We could do 2020 and 2021 only films next year if we wanted to. I'm not saying we're going to. And Christmas, easy, but Thanksgiving, fuck. It's tough as fuck, people. It's tough as fuck. Speaking of which, I should probably pull that wheel up, huh? What do you think?
Get the wheel up.
Spin the wheels. You think it's a good time to spin the wheels?
The spin, 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 spin. Spin the wheel. Sorry.
A little bit closer. No, you're good. You're good. You're enjoying your spin song. Let's see what we get.
I mean, there's not too much more to this one. We're like at the 3/4 to like being generous there. We're like 90% way done. Like
these ones only have 8 movies though, 8 or 9 movies for these.
No, I meant about this movie currently that we're talking about.
Oh yeah, yeah. The last
some of the premise was good. Oh, okay. The Last Thanksgiving.
James actually picked like most of this wheel. I'm not even gonna lie.
All right. We'll blame him.
Yeah.
It's
the right thing to do. Could you just send me that
again? What was it called again? What was it called again?
The Last Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I almost forgot my damn self. Like, fuck, I'm just trying to tell him to put it down and remind me. I forgot. He forgot. I forgot. So the last thing, that's gonna. I'm hoping it's better than this, man. I'll just say that. I'm not even gonna lie. Let's just hope it's better than this.
I don't have many high hopes for the next like 4 movies.
Well, when we get to,
I know you said Thanksgiving is good, but I'm not expecting too much. I'm gonna watch it because you guys keep recommending it.
Oh, I love it. You might think it's a shitty movie, and I don't care. I'm fine with that. I ignore that negativity about that film. It's just, I'm going to tell you right now what type of film it is. I'm going to tell you this until we watch it.
Well, no, don't ruin it. We're going to see it again, even though it's a tradition. But no, I haven't seen it yet. I want the full experience.
No. What I mean by this is to prepare you. I'm not going to spoil the film at all. You got to watch that masterpiece on your own. It's a turn your brain off film. Don't take it serious. Turn your brain off. Have fun with it film.
Greasy Strangler?
No dicks.
No, I'm saying, but that type of film, just like turn your brain off. Like none of this makes sense. Why am I even laughing? And I love this movie. Why?
Yes.
Huh. Okay. See, and it just still doesn't make sense to me, even though I experienced it firsthand. Like, that will never make sense to me.
What, the Greasy Strangler?
No, just period shit like that. That experience of why am I understand? Like, what I have no clue what is going on. I have no reason to be laughing, but I'm dying over here at what the fuck I'm watching, and I love this thing. And like, I will recommend it, even though it's what the fuck.
It's one of those things that's so ridiculous you can't believe it. You're just like, really? How? But wait, but how? Okay, all right, whatever, fuck it. And that's basically what that shit is all the time, yo.
And then with the 8-bit soundtrack, I was like,
It's so
oh my
fun.
god.
Unlike this shit, unlike Ghost Note, there was nothing fun about Ghost Note. The best part of this movie is when it ended. Like,
wow.
there was so much that could have been. Oh my god, there was just so much. Like the family that was the mixed family, you know, the black husband with the white wife and black daughters. The father should have been like a grandson or great grandson of the guy from the other house. Somehow they all, because that's his, so that'd be his in-laws, and they're all there at the Thanksgiving, and then all this shit happens, and maybe he finds out that that's his family lineage, you know, the guy from the Ghost Note guy, that's his family, whatever. And then with their family, with the grandfather, maybe the grandfather killed, whatever, just something. There's some sort of connection, negative or positive, and boom, you have a better story right there.
Yeah, little tweaks makes big differences.
Yeah, and get rid of the fucking wig. That was probably the worst part of the fucking movie. That wig is.
You into a wig?
I mentioned
that, but damn.
I mentioned it in the group chat too. It was like red wig.
Yeah, you did.
Thing because Kyle was like, Kyle happened to watch this film too, and he was talking about. I was like, Kyle, don't no spoil. I was like, yo, no spoilers because we're reviewing it later. He's like, oh shit, my bad. And he did mention the red wig, like little bits and pieces, because I was asking if we were watching the same movie, and right once he said red wig, I was like, yes. Oh my fucking gosh, yes, that's the fucking.
Yes.
And holy shit, people. Holy shit.
Yeah, it just had some awkwardness, like with the acting and stuff like that. Some of it, like I know they were supposed to portray some awkwardness. Don't get me wrong, but it was just too thick, too oversold, too
terrible,
amateur, too just
bad. It happened.
And like not too much gore, gruesome, you know, and it's crazy because like the language and stuff, I'm like, okay, so is this kind of an R movie? There's blood, there's language, but then it's a TVMA, and I'm like, I don't know though, but like there's really not much going on in that department as far as any of the kills or anything, and I'm like, all right, I don't know, man. They could like anything could have added a little more dimension to this. Maybe a little bit more gore or cooler kills with a few things would have given this another point or two. You know, a few changes to some of the dialogue with good delivery on certain things even would have been forgivable of the other stuff to add another point or two. This could have been a 5. You know what I mean? But
easily. And it just. This, you know what I would say about this? This would probably make a really, really, really dope book or short story. This could make a dope book or short story, and they use this fucking cover art for the book.
You know what it almost felt like towards like the middle and end of this, man?
A disappointment?
That's what I was getting at with like the TVMA thing, the rating and the cursing and stuff. It almost felt like a 2-hour adaptation, and it wasn't even 2 hours. It was only an hour and like 25 minutes or something like that. But it felt like it was almost 2 hours of a movie adaptation for TV of like an extended episode of like Are You Afraid of the Dark or something, or one of those anthology story.
But
stories.
Yeah, I could agree with that, but I can also say that this is not nowhere near. I know you're not saying it is, but it's nowhere near as good as those stories, in my opinion.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like it almost felt like that's what they were going for one of
Got
those
you.
type
Got like they were
stories.
trying to. Yeah,
You know what I mean? Give you that little campiness and that ghost story feel where you don't get too much and they deliver it, but then the shit unfolds. But like it wasn't enough of the context that you needed of the prior and what you needed. It wasn't enough of the current, and then
would you?
it lacked.
With that being said, would you say that this would be like a I don't even know if they still use the term tween. Is this like a tween flick type of deal, or is it a little bit older, more mature?
No, I feel like this tried going older, more mature, even though it was trying to be goofy, like if it was trying to touch the tween rail. But I don't,
It's
I don't
really
see how this could be, especially with the language and the way they were acting and stuff. This wasn't a innocent type campy flick. This was
maybe for like 15,
there was
16 range.
titties. You know what I mean? There was titties. There was kissing. There was blood. There was, you know what I mean?
Well, you
So
said
it's
titties.
weird. That's what I mean.
The blood part, the titties, yeah, but the blood part is like, you know what I mean? People are a little bit looser on that. Like me growing up with horror movies,
Yeah.
sacrifice for the nudity, but you can watch the killing, which seems strange, but whatever. I don't know.
Sure.
Like I don't know. Even my brother Henry's like that with my nephew Rylan. Like, you know, sometimes it'll be like, yo, how was this horror movie? You know, that you guys reviewed it. It's a cool Rylan watched it. I'm like, well, there was, there was some nudity in it, but never mind. Type of deal. But if it's something like, if it's just blood and guts and not overly too scary, yeah, let him check it out. Let him check it out. Like he wanted to watch Trick or Treat.
Yeah.
And when we last reviewed, I told him, I was like, yeah, nah, he ain't old enough for that one yet. There's some sex and stuff in there. He ain't old enough for that one yet. He's like, all right, good looks. But my nephew likes like Trick or Treat, Sam, the Sam character a lot.
Yeah.
We wanted to see the movie, but a couple more years. This movie sucked though, man. Like this is just, and Tubi is such a beautiful gem though. Don't get me wrong. Like Tubi has a lot of fucking awesome.
Oh, it's a library and a half.
Also, and it's not just horror. Like it's all genres on there. Of course, I go for horror mainly, but there's a lot of stuff on Tubi. Probably my favorite streaming app, just because one, it's free, and two, there's so much shit on there. Like you find so many gems on there. Definitely check
And
out
it's
Tubi.
funny, they actually have a list that's called "Not on Netflix."
Oh, there you go. And it's free. It's free. You got to watch commercials here and there, but so the fuck what? They're not that long, and it's free. That's
Yeah. We're talking Die Hard. We're talking AAA titles down to fucking CD level titles. We're talking TV shows. We're talking down to Blood Lake. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, you have something from as great as Die Hard to as terrible as Blood Lake, and everything in between. Tubi is the way to go. Tubi. Listen, you're not a sponsor, but you definitely can be. I don't ask for much. But I guess we could do these end of the show plugs.
Damn.
I don't got much more to say about this movie. Do you?
Oh man, like we can't even talk about effects. There were none.
We can keep going, man.
I don't know. I'm trying to dig. I'm trying to give interest and content here. But is there anything else to add?
Here's something.
Oh, can we talk about some stupid shit as far as miscontinuity and what the fuck and why?
Go ahead.
This dude breaks out, right? Kills homegirl in the basement. Bang. Boxes don't break. He goes upstairs. Finds the one chick. You don't see him do it, but you see the box laying on the floor next to him. Bang. All of a sudden, he's free. His hands are free, right? He chooses to take the nerdy kid and push him. Where everybody else, he's killing along the path. But the nerdy kid, he moves to the side and pushes him into the floor and knocks him out, right? Knocks him over to go chase after the girl. Then proceeds to come down the stairs, see him. Hey, take it easy. and turns and walks out the back of the house. Why?
I have no fucking idea.
Everybody else he laid eyes on, he touched and kills. Nerdy kid, he picks up, moves to the side, throws him. He comes back for a second time, stares at him and says, "Bon voyage, motherfucker," and goes and finds it, like looking for his guitar.
I don't know. This movie made no fucking sense to me. Like, even when they go to the movie store, not the movie store, sorry, the album store, the record store. And they're asking about the certain record and all this, that, and the third, and then they show him the record.
Record dude was fucking weird, man. But
They're
Sir
like, how-
Sturdy Red Glasses makes an appearance.
Hey, those weren't Sir Sturdy's glasses are right here.
They were similar. They
weren't.
Woohoo!
Got to break them out on them.
Those are the red ones?
Yes, sir.
Oh, they don't look red.
They are, and they look like, looking through them, they're red. It's all red. All I see is red. But yeah, which you would feel. I feel like with something like that, you'd go to a library to find out the information about a town and about something like that. I mean, yes, a music store would have some sort of thing, but you'd want the real facts. You know what I mean, and all this other shit, or the legends or the mythos. Maybe even going to both. Maybe even doing both. I don't know. I just didn't like that. I didn't like that. And the record guy was just too... I don't know.
Dude, when he was in the basement discovering the wall and shit, just...
It was weird. It was
stupid. Like,
it felt flat.
Get it? He's behind the wall. Like, I'm like... And he's like... Right here on him with the red glasses. I'm like...
Yeah.
Personal space, bro. Personal space.
It just didn't work.
Like, I don't understand. Was he supposed to be under the spell because he heard this soundtrack? But then why is he talking to this guy if he's under the spell trying to get the guy to help him? So now you're under the spell recruiting for this dude? Like, I don't understand. Like,
I don't know.
All right.
I don't
he's
even.
He's a fucking... He's a dead musician's ROTC agent over here.
I wish I could tell you. I really don't. I don't know. I just know that this movie was
start
bad.
The clan, you know what I mean? He's coming out.
The only clan I would chill with is the Wu-Tang Clan.
Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang.
Oh, man. It was... I really hope that the Last Thanksgiving is going to be a better movie than this, because this was bad, man. Like, I want some good horror movies to watch in November. I know you can watch any horror movie in November, but I want something that's like, you know what I mean? Like, I gotta watch
related to November.
Yeah, like related to Thanksgiving. And I'll even throw in Black Friday. I'll throw in Thanksgiving and Black Friday.
Oh my God, you stop.
It's in November.
Yo, we should do, like, check it out, a Black Friday zombie epidemic movie that's like, you know, Train to Busan, but Black Friday. You feel me?
That'd be dope. I'd watch that.
They get spread on Black Friday, and that's what starts turning people. And the shoppers start turning into zombies, and everybody who's home with their families are still safe. For now.
I like it. Actually, that would be a fun film.
Mm-hmm.
Not if these people get a hold of it, though. It'll just be people walking out of a store. Like, what the fuck? Where's the context? What happened? You see a bunch of destruction in the background, but no story. You just see people walking out of a fucking store crying. And you see Chris eating his Thanksgiving meal, looking confused, but not crying.
Just big ass.
Mm-hmm. Yo, pass me the gravy.
Everybody, half the people are dead.
Oh, fuck it. That is cranberry sauce. Do you like cranberry sauce?
It depends.
I love it.
Depends on with what and when. Oh, now I see they're red. Hello.
Can you see my lens?
Yes, sir.
It's red. Rojo. In case you didn't know.
I thought you had a picture with round ones.
Nah, if I do, they're not the red ones. Maybe another color, another pair.
What are you gonna do? You know, what are you gonna do? Yeah, but that's really. I mean, how? I mean, okay. And then how about the ending?
What about it?
Exactly.
Exactly. It was. Breathe, Aaron. Take a sip of your beer and say something nice about this film.
No, say something honest about the film.
Whoever made this cover did an amazing job.
Yeah, that's the nice one. I want honest though about the ending.
It sucked. I don't even remember the fucking ending. I watched this movie today. What did you think of the ending? Oh, my neck.
Unmemorable.
Unmemorable. That's so fucking bad. That's so bad. Like,
very unclimatic, very nonchalant, and very like
it was basically like the whole fucking movie was
and bland.
And I wanted to like this movie, like Ghost Note. It sounds like a cool story. This would be a easy movie to an easy movie to remember if you really like. Say if it ended up being a good film. If you're one of those films like, yo, have you seen Ghost Note? Like, oh man, you gotta see Ghost Note.
Up until about the halfway 3/4 mark, I'll be honest with you, bro. I was actually like, you know what? Not that bad. I'm okay with it. Like I'm like, this isn't the greatest. This isn't horrible. And then as it got towards the end, I'm like,
started having some trouble with it.
Crickets. What the fuck? Like this is completely falling.
No, I can't even give it. Them crickets were fucking dead. Those are dead crickets. Like even the beginning of the film for me, I didn't. Nothing really caught me. Nothing really.
I started off at like a 4 or 5 up until about the halfway mark when the weird kid starts going off on him. You need to just go in there and tell her what blah 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 blah. And I can't stand the thought of being without you another second. Dude, you're 16. Get out of here. Just go.
That you know what? I'm giving this movie a 0 because there was that and there was his fucking bullshit ass singing that you didn't need either one of those parts in the film at all.
Like that doesn't work. You don't just tell a girl, "Hey, I can't think of being without you." That's how you get committed.
That's how you get committed.
That's how they call a special number to be like, "Hey, I don't know. I think he's in a bad place." Like, I don't think he means harm or anything.
You meant in an institution. I thought you meant committed in a relationship.
No, like, yo, this dude just said he doesn't think he can live without me. Like, we've only known each other for like, you know what I mean? Like,
no, it was like 4 years, but it was just weird.
Yeah,
like,
but still, I can't stand the thought of living without you anymore. Like, you're gonna be right there next to her because you're friends.
No, they haven't seen each other in 4 years because she moved.
You're friend zone, exactly. You're good though. Friend zone. Then she kissed him.
And then when he expressed his love, she was like, "I know." I'm like, "What the fuck? Like, what the?"
I've known forever.
This was bad, man. This was like fucking. Like I said, it was a bigger disappointment than Blood Lake because I was actually expecting something out of this film. I was expecting it to be great. I was expecting it to be okay or decent, but it wasn't. It wasn't that. It wasn't that.
This is like watching a movie, right? And seeing them get nachos at the movies back in like the 80s where it had like shit all over and it was like a nice mountain. And then when you go to the movies and you say, "Hey, can I get a nachos?" and you get this little fucking Lunchable size nachos with a peel off and it's got some badass funky cheese that's just like,
yep.
They just whip fucking, remember those what was it, Kraft fucking the red stick you spread the cheese thing on the cracker?
Was it Kraft or Ritz?
I don't even remember.
Either way, I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, it's like they took a bunch of that cheese and just whipped it up a bunch and made it super soft.
Melted it down.
and then melted it down, and that's the dipping sauce for the cheese for $17. That's that big.
And
Like that's what you got. You got this movie as that little nachos. Even in your head, you want nachos.
that's funny he said that, because I can't disagree with that. Like it's spot. It's like spot. And like what's funny about that too is it's like, I'll say, okay, so with those nachos that you can get from the drive-ins back in the day where you pour your own cheese,
Yeah.
I'm a dipper. I don't like smothered nachos. I'm a dipper. Not important. I don't care, but I just felt like I had to tell you guys that I'm a dipper. But you're right though, as far as like getting that the good flavored cheese, or just this. Not even the good flavor, just like,
The worst part is these movies are free.
yeah, they are.
These movies are free, and we're like, bro.
It was tough to watch. I wouldn't recommend it, but I'll never tell you not to watch a movie. I don't know what that means. It means, would I watch it again? No. Should you watch it? Watch at your own risk. And again, if you watch the great ones, you should watch the bad ones as well, and the ones that you wish were never made, or whatever you want to call them. Just so you can kind of get a balance. You get the good, you get the bad, you get the ugly. This was ugly. This was ugly.
I would rather watch any animated Halloween flick. Any.
Charlie Brown. Do you watch the Charlie Brown shit?
Say what?
Are you a big fan of that? People watch like The Great Pumpkin every year, and
when it's on TV and you got the songs going in the background and shit like that, you know what I mean? It's one of those things that's kind of like the tradition, hearing the.
I haven't seen. You know what's crazy? I haven't seen or heard it in years, and I kind of want to, like, both of them.
Oh,
I might do that one. I might do that one, please. That, and then remember, like, the Rudolph that came on.
We always had them CDs in the house. The fucking
I have the DVD somewhere. There was Rudolph, Frosty the Snowman, and the
Santa Claus, the little drummer boy.
There was a lot of. I used to love those things, man. Even when I was like an older kid, like in my teens, I used to still just like had a special place. I gotta break those out one day and watch them.
All those cartoons of like the Christmas Carol and shit like that. The Scrooge McDuck and shit. The Daffy Duck, or not Daffy Duck, Donald Duck.
Oh, I love all that shit, man.
Yeah, man.
It's fun. It's one of those things to where it's. I guess you watch it maybe once, maybe twice a year. Around this time, between now and Christmas, let's say, maybe a little after, and then you're good. You feel great, and then when it comes up again the following year, you're like, "Oh man, this brings me back." I gotta watch it around. I gotta watch it maybe in December.
Yeah,
watch them all.
It's tough, man. It's tough. I mean, it's probably because that's part of my reality, but I feel like traditions are just so scattered and thinned out.
They definitely are. They definitely are, and it does.
You know what I mean? It's super thin.
Nobody
celebrates the way they celebrate now. It's
you
can't say this. You got to watch this, and who's around. Like
that part doesn't even bother me. It's more. I think it's more so of like the friends and family gathering.
How so?
Like as far as people say Merry Christmas or Xmas or whatever, that I don't care about that. I don't care. Or Happy Holidays. I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna. That's not gonna make me get all pissed off, make a stupid Facebook post about it. But like back in the day, like growing up, like your whole family would get together, like meeting up at someone aunt's house or whoever's house. Everybody meets up there one year, grabs a plate, has some fun. All the kids are playing and stuff.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I mean, I get it. Like everybody wants to cook at home and have all that food at home. But it's just like now, it's just like you see like maybe a handful of people, and then it gets less and less every year. That
until the boxes get closed, then all of a sudden you start seeing everybody.
Yeah, when the boxes are getting closed, yeah.
That's
gotta fix that.
It's unfortunate. Yep.
Everybody, because that's like every family around the fucking world. Everybody, if you're watching it, fix it. But this movie definitely won't help your moods. So if you want to watch like a pick-me-up type of movie or a fun movie, don't watch this.
Not this.
Watch
Go
something
watch,
else on Tubi.
go watch Deadpool. Go watch some Blade. Go watch like something that's got an awesome soundtrack with some fast pace to it.
Batman
Got some
Returns
slicing and
is a
dicing. Yeah,
Christmas
you know what
movie.
I mean.
Batman Returns is a Christmas movie. I'm gonna say that
Go
again.
watch some Die Hard.
That as well is a Christmas movie. Which I gotta remember to watch that on December 26th. I hope I do. Remind me, people. Remind me. So I said I was gonna try to start watching it the day after Christmas every year. We'll
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
But people, go check out the Horror Haven LLC over on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, anywhere you can listen to podcasts. Check that out. Horror Gamer, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. You do not want to miss his videos, his live videos when he games and streams, and just all the awesome content that he comes up with. It's amazing. Check it out if you love horror. You're gonna love his channel. Dreams the Creator, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. He's always creating some dope shit, and he's gonna actually start. He's actually gonna start dropping some videos. Yes, I'm calling him out because he told me and Chris yesterday. He's gonna start dropping some dope videos and some dope editing content and all this other stuff that you guys are gonna want to see and you're gonna enjoy. So make sure you go check that out. Dreams calling you out. You better do it.
Oh, yo, yo. And then you can also catch me, the worst damn gamer ever, on Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. I usually stream Fridays and Saturday nights. If not, I've been editing a bunch of content that's going up on the YouTube page as well as on Twitch and going to be spread out, chopped up for IG. I got The Devil Made Me Do It, which is also on Facebook, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube as well. That's a serial killer podcast for you, for all you people who are interested in all the in-depth stuff that goes on with that mind. You can catch Any Last Words. Joe, your host there, has got a plethora of things to do that are all along the dark side. Tons of lifestyle stuff, darkness, movie reviews, stories, cooking recipes, the whole nine on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram. And then So Good It's Scary. If you have your own independent film, your own project you would like us to review, submit it there on Facebook and Instagram. That will give us permission. If it's 30 minutes or less, we're going to review it right here with our boy, Mr. Sturdy.
Hola.
Sturdy.
I'm here, and he's right. Every Tuesday night and Thursday night at 9 o'clock Eastern time, you're going to get a dose of Horror with Sir Sturdy, where we do movie reviews, random horror chats, along with our movie reviews. We do independent horror short reviews. We will be doing independent movie reviews. Like I'm going to make an indie horror short or an indie horror film wheel. But yeah, like Chris said, if you have an indie short, post it on So Good It's Scary. If it's a half hour or less, we were supposed to do one tonight, but because it was only me and Chris, we're going to wait till Tuesday and see if we can get at least 3 to 4 of us or more. And we have an indie short that was sent to me Tuesday evening. So be on the lookout Tuesday, 9 o'clock Eastern time, and we're going to be showing the film live and then reviewing it right after. None of us have watched it yet. The guys just heard, Chris just heard that we're doing this. So yeah, it'll be fun. I haven't watched it yet. We watch it live. We literally watch it when you guys watch it for the very first time. So make sure you guys tune in Tuesdays, Thursdays, 9 o'clock Eastern time.
Guess that's
Anywhere
what
you
we're
can listen
doing.
to podcasts, anywhere you can watch podcasts. Same thing with Popcorn and Pints live shows every Saturday night, 9 o'clock Eastern time. This Saturday, tune in. We are doing The Naked Gun, and Friday, Black Comedy, White Comedy. First time we had that back to back on one episode. Let's see. I have a feeling I know how this episode is gonna go, but we'll see what's gonna happen. Make sure you guys tune in to that episode of Popcorn and Pints, Saturday 9 o'clock Eastern time. Go check out Stories from a Bar on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, anywhere you can listen to podcasts, including YouTube. Give it a follow, give it a listen, give it a love, give it a like, give it a rate. You're going to enjoy it. Rate all these podcasts. Deep Focus Cinema. You're going to get a deep dive on some cinema. The deep dive is focused on cinema. See how that name goes together so well? Facebook, YouTube, anywhere you can listen to podcasts, Deep Focus Cinema. And this weekend, the cinematic canon will be back Saturday. So make sure you guys tune in on the Z Network and everywhere where you see our lives going now. Let's watch the cinematic canon this Saturday. I believe it's going to be at 2:00 Eastern time. I think. Could be wrong. We'll see. I'll know by tomorrow. But have a great night, people. And try not to get peed on.
Well, Z,
I want
you
guys
later.
With that being said, I'll see you in your nightmares and peace. Have a great night. This movie sucked. This movie
Yeah,
sucked.
it really, really fucking did.
We blame you, James. You picked it. We blame you. You got to